Okay. Okay. So today we are going to see two things. So one is canonicalization, and the second one is open graph optimization. Okay. So what do you mean by what is the meaning of canonicalization? So last session we had learned about the complete last few days we had learned about how to do on-page optimization and how to implement that on a real-time website, and we had viewed about how to do off-page optimization and how to create a backlinking with the help of anchor text. And these are the things that we had learned in the last classes. And along with that we had learned about Google Analytics. So Google Analytics, through which we can able to measure how much visits the people comes to our website, and how good they are engaged with our website. So those details we had learned. And similarly with the search console, we had learned about how to check out the keywords and how we had got the links and from which location the links had came. So we had viewed all those details. And right now, for today, we are going to see on the topic canonicalization. So, canonicalization. So, what is canonicalization? So, it is something like, suppose for an example, hope you might be knowing the details on plagiarism. So plagiarism is something like if we have a duplicate content, like we have some one page which is available in our website, and similarly in some other website, they had
It's like
copied.
copying something.
Yes, it is like copying something. So it is like when someone copies the data from our website and they had pasted there, so it is a duplicate content. So this duplicate content is called as plagiarism. And it usually happens in the online web, that one content will be available in other websites content. And this habit is called as plagiarism. Even this will be happening in much of the places, even in LinkedIn and many of the locations. Okay, so right now, what is the canonicalization? So canonicalization is almost somewhat related to the plagiarism. Like for an example, in our website, in suppose in our website we have two pages, and both the pages has that same title and same data, and the completely both the pages has the duplicate version, but only the URL is different. Let us say for an example, a product which is used in let us say in the Amazon product there are two pen drives, and the two pen drives shares the same data. So that there is a fact called canonicalization is required. Like when Google is optimizing for a keyword for this particular pages, so when people are searching for some pen drive, it will get confused on which page it can able to rank high for the keyword that people are searching for. So it will be like internally both the pages will be competing each other, and which will usually not benefit each of the thing. So sometimes the one page will be optimized, and sometimes the other page will be optimized. Okay. So in order to avoid those things, in order to avoid those happenings, we use the option that is called canonicalization. Okay. So let me to say for an example what is canonicalization in detail. um, I think for this purpose, I think I can able to use your website itself.
Yeah. What I do sometimes, like
Mhm.
I put a new product.
Mhm.
Now to save my time, when
Uh-huh.
I go to American site, I just cut paste the description and put it in my site.
Okay.
So is that what you are talking about?
Well, it will be coming into the chapter called to plagiarism, and the plagiarism will definitely affect the SEO ranking. But it is something I can't able to say that it is completely wrong for the business. The reason is I do copy and paste a lot of content, and I will make the SEO optimization. And if the results are there, then I don't require to worry about it. So that results will be there. And suppose if some other website which is having already a good ranking, and if we copy the content from there, and possibly that will not result us, that will not give us any credit value because of our own ranking or something. Okay. Anyway, so ultimately what I'm trying to say is we can try to go for some unique content, and if it is not just copy and paste, let us go for the ranking, and then we will check out how the results were, and based on that we can optimize. Okay. All right. Usually this uh, content copying from a website which is not SEO optimized, will be much better for us, so that we can try to bring the website with the help of SEO optimization, so that they will not be having any ranking, we will be having ranking. Okay. So right now I'm in the place of, um, suppose for an example, in this website there is a name called tailor-made SIM Max Rescue. So there's a product. Okay. So right now I'm going to copy this your text and I'm going to paste it here. So there's a website called Max TaylorMade Sim Max Rescue India. Right now I'm searching for a detail, and that detail in this URL is something like index.php root is equal to product slash search, and search is equal to tailor-made sim max rescue India. So right now in this search I had made the same search and it had created a new URL. It had created a new URL which has the same keyword, tailor-made sim max rescue India, right? So it becomes two pages for the same page which we had already created. Okay. So this page has the same tailor-made sim max HQ India, and that also having the same tailor-made max India, and it has more lot of data which are related to this tailor-made, sim India rescue. But still, when the searches happens, like for an example, when people are searching for the same product in the search bar, each and every searches will create a new page. Okay, will create a new page, so that those pages will start to get a, those pages will start to get some traffic, and by which it will have some ranking, and that will compete with the other pages which has been readily created for the purpose of SEO optimization. Okay. To say you those details in much more detail, I can go for the sample website which I had created. Okay. And here, suppose if I search for something like restaurants, it shows some the location. This is the location. Okay, I will need to write something like, whenever a search happens, it creates a new URL with the option search area, Ramanathapuram, etc. Something like Tamil Nadu, etc. So this becomes a new link, and this new link will create a new page. Okay, so there will be some keywords in the same website which has been targeting for the keyword Ramanathapuram, Tamil Nadu. So there, the problem of duplication occurs inside the same website that we already have. So similarly here, in this page, I'm about to create some Bengaluru to Delhi. Okay. Okay. So when I had given a search in this particular website, it shows me a lot of details regarding the particular search that I had made for, right? So this becomes a complete page, and this page has been created for the URL, flight slash question mark round trip BLR destination DEL depart date and return and etc. Okay. So this is something, a search which had happened in this particular website, and this will start to get ranking, and which might affect the already one page that we already have. Okay, suppose otherwise, hope you understood what I'm trying to say. It'll be like something like multiple pages in a website where both the data is sharing almost the same. Like for an example, restaurant menu, but there are two menus. Both the menus are sharing the same, but only the URL is different. So there, the Google will get a confusion about which website, which web page that we want to rank for. So in that case, we will be going for this canonicalization option. So by this way, we will be communicating to Google that among these two people, among these two pages, this page is the important page. So how shall we do that? Okay, so let us explore how shall we implement this canonicalization or canonical tag in the web page, which is important for us, or which we want to say the Google that this is important. So one simple way is, suppose if there are multiple pages for the same almost very nearby data, or almost say for the same keyword or something. So what we have to do, only the link which we require to be displayed in the search engine, we have to use that URL in our sitemap, and the other URL we should not require to list it. So by this way, Google will consider, since this website is there in the sitemap, so it will give higher priority to this website, higher priority to this particular web page, and by which the ranking will get improved, and the other web page will not be affecting us. Okay, so this is one method, and similarly we can able to implement a canonical tag from the other pages. Suppose for an example there are 10 pages, and each page it is going to we are going to represent something like uh, suppose if there are some 10 pages, so each page apart from the one page we will be using this canonicalization tag in the header file, so that it gives a link to the primary page which Google has to see. Okay, suppose for an example, this is the search result that we already have, and in this search result page I had used a header, and in this header I had used a title, I'm sorry, in this header I had used the tag of canonicalization. So what will happen, so when Google identifies this particular URL for the traffic reasons, and if it seems to be ranking, if it seems for trying for ranking, instead it will redirect the ranking to the web page that we are redirecting for. Suppose for an example, there are few of the pages which might had been already created specifically for that for that particular page. So here, there is a page called tripwire, something like Orlando. So this Orlando page has been created only for the flights which is about to be booked only for the Orlando, right? So if we already have created a page for the purpose of SEO, for the purpose of search engine optimization, by having this kind of text and etc etc. If you had already created a page, then suppose if someone searches for this Orlando from the search engine rather than directly clicking this link. So what we can able to do is, let me to show you how. So in this search result, if I'm searching for the airport city code, Orlando, and okay, done. So whenever this page loads for the search term that we are doing, in this particular page, we have to include the code in the header file saying that the canonical page is the page which is having the URL tripwise.com/flight/ticket/Orlando. Okay, so let me to show you how. Okay, so here we have the sample text. So here there's a script which will be opening with the tag link rel is equal to canonical, and href is equal to https, and etc etc etc, something like, which is sending, which is having the url that we are retargeting for. Okay, so this is the way how we can able to implement a canonical tag for the other website. So this is the same thing that we have to do it for the website which we had created now as well. Okay, so here I have the reference site. So what I have to do, so in this particular page, if I want to implement the canonical tag, I mean, not in this website, because this is a web page that we are going to redirect from the other web pages. So Orlando. So for this reason, what we are going to do is, in the other pages where the people are searching for, I mean, not people usually. Okay, we can say that people are searching for the with the keyword Orlando. In the in the page which gets generated, we have to implement this tag called canonical tag. So this is the header file. In this header file, we can implement at any location. Right now, I'm going to implement at this location. So I had included the link rel is equal to canonical, and here I'm going to write the URL name. Okay, all great. So right now I had included the link rel is equal to canonical, and href is equal to the mm, there's a mild syntax error, but anyway, that's not so critical. But for us, the concept is more important. Okay. So, right now we had implemented the canonical tag, and we had given the link for https tripwires.com flight ticket Orlando. So where it will be helpful for us. Suppose when this particular page is being listed in Google Search Console, I mean, been listed in the Google search, and when a Google bot meets this particular page, it will identify that this is not the exact page that you are looking for, and the exact version, the real version of this web page is available in the code which has in the link which has been mentioned as tripwires.com flight slash ticket slash Orlando. So by this way, what will happen, this page will have a ranking, and it might have some 75% of traffic for the keywords, and remaining 25% of the keywords traffic might be going for this page. This page, it is not the exact page that we had made for the audience. So Google just, Google bot just gets the data from the URL link, and gets the data from this particular page which had been created due to the search terms that we had created, and it uses this particular page for the remaining 25% of the keyword searches, so that we can able to avoid with the canonical tag. So once we implement this canonical tag in the duplicate page versions, so what will happen, all the traffic whichever has been ranking for the web page which has been not intent to made for the keyword search that has been happening, so those keyword searches will start to reflect for the the web page that we have redirected to. Okay, so tripwires.com flight ticket Orlando is the page that is going to be shown for the keywords, for the rest of the 25 keywords that we had planned for. Okay, hope you understood what is the session and how to implement the canonical tag. And apart from this, we can also implement. Let me to check if there is any text. No text. Okay. So so apart from this one method, there are multiple methods to inform that this page is important. So one is sitemap URL, so that I had already told you. And apart from this, what are the other things that we have? We'll tell you now. So the other way is, suppose there are some multiple pages, multiple versions of a same page is there. So in the primary page where we had implemented, where the primary page which has been created in the same page, we can implement the tag rel is equal to canonical. Okay, so this is one method. Instead of using the canonical tag in the other pages, this is one method through which, if there are some four pages which is having the same content, and if this particular page is having the code called rel is equal to canonical, and that particular page will be used as a primary page, and the rest of the pages will not be used as a primary page for the search engine result. Okay, so this is another method through which, we can mention that this particular page is important for the SEO ranking. Okay, and apart from this, we have one more option. That option is through the HTTP access file, and let me to tell you how to do that. Okay, so this is another method. Each and every website will have a .ht access file, which will be there in the hosting, which will be had in the hosting account, and it will have a lot of data regarding, the whether to redirect the www to non www, and etc. So we can able to use the canonical tag in this particular uh, in this particular ht access file. Okay, it is not there.
It's very important to do this thing, the canonical.
It is required for the optimization process. It is something like, it is important when we are going to create, when we are going to have some good ranking. Initially it is not required. We can, if we have some limited pages, it is not required, but when the pages are going to get higher in number, at that time definitely this particular action is required. Suppose in this page, for an example, I'm going to explore the performance now. So these are the keywords for which I'm getting the clicks. So food delivery in Coimbatore, there are 41 clicks and 460 impressions has been happening. So when I use this particular query, I can able to notice what are the pages are ranking for this keyword food delivery in Coimbatore. So most of the traffic is been happening for the primary page, and apart from this, few of the traffic has been happening for the other pages as well. Like here, the menu Coimbatore food delivery, like Zomato, Foodpanda, etc. So this also has the same keyword food delivery in Coimbatore. Okay, so by this way we are losing some of the impressions for the other pages, since Google considers that these pages also having the keywords or something like the relevant keywords that people are searching for, the relevant data that when people are searching for the food delivery in Coimbatore. So in this particular scenario, so what we can do is if we implement the canonical tag in this particular home page, or otherwise if we can't able to use in the home page, and we can mention here in this whenever the Google bot reaches this page, we can using the link canonical tag, and which redirects to the primary home page or any other page. So the impressions and the clicks which are happening for this particular page can be avoided. So by this way, we can improve the total amount of quality conversions in our web page, because we are retargeting the audience whom we had lost because of some issues in the the URL optimization, SEO optimization activities that we had did. And by this way, we can able to get a better traffic and better conversion. So we will not be losing any traffic because of this. So this is what the importance. And this will happen for almost all the pages. So here online food delivery in Coimbatore is another keyword. So for this keyword, let us, if we check the pages, same, the home page is more, and etc etc etc. So let me to check it for some particular keyword that which is targeting only the specific page. This is great. So this Lakshmi Narayana hotel is someone query that happens usually, and it lands only to one URL. The reason is there is no other duplicate website which represents almost the same data which is available in this website. So we are not losing any of the traffic that has been generated for the keyword, Lakshmi Narayana, right? So this is what we require. We don't require to use our own web pages inside our, our own web pages inside our website to compete each other, and to unnecessarily spoil the traffic, unnecessarily lose the quality of the customers that people are receiving for. So this will happen for any website. So for any website, even if you have a Google search console, you can open and see, you can for a particular searches which has been happened. Let me to check out if this is happening for the other website as well. You can check this data for your website as well if you have the login access. Okay, so it has some search queries, and let me to check out. The clicks are very less, and I think there is only one keyword trip voyage. I don't think it will have multiple websites, multiple web pages for this query. Okay, so exactly, I think it has. So when people are searching for trip voyage, uh, most of the time the primary page has been displayed, and two times the secondary page flights has been displayed, and the third time, the terms condition has been displayed, because since every URL has the keyword trip voyage, and inside the page also they have the keywords, and Google spends some of the time to check out whether the other pages are relevant. So by this way, we are losing the impressions, and we are losing the exact targeted audience to the right page. So in order to avoid that, what we can do is, as I had rightly already told you, so we do not require to list all these pages in the sidebar. But will it be possible? Actually, practically, these might not be targeting for the trip voyage, but these might be targeting for something else. This might be targeting for flights, trip voyage, or something else. So in this case, we can't able to avoid that without listing this URL. We can't able to optimize for the other keywords. So in that case, we are losing the opportunity to deploy this canonical tag in the site. I mean, uh, deploying using the sitemap opportunity. Using the sitemap opportunity, we can't able to solve this issue for the canonicalization. So, what are the other methods that we have? So the other methods are something like this. So when people are searching for trip voyage, when they visit for this page, we can mention this in this page that this is the particular page that people are searching for. So by this way, we can redirect only this particular link for this particular page. Okay. So in this way, we can able to avoid the unnecessary traffic which has been shared with the other pages for the same search that people are same search. When people are searching for and unnecessarily wasting the traffic to the other parallel internal sites. Okay, all right. Okay, so we had seen about canonicalization, and right now we are going to see the open graph optimization. So, what is this open graph? So, when we had entered some link in the Facebook, we can able to notice that a default generated preview will be opened, right? A default generated title and description will be opened. Just a minute. Okay, so this open graph is specifically for the purpose of Facebook. And when we use this open graph title and description, instead of the title and description which we get default for a website, specifically when people open this particular link in the Facebook, they will be getting the title and description which we refer here using this open graph technique, open graph meta tags. Okay, so you know Okay, so here, here we have the right example. So when people uses a link, that link will by default automatically converted to a preview image and a title and a description. Okay, so it will default take the data from the website title, image, or description, whichever we had used for the SEO optimization process, or might be from its own identification process and optimization process. And right now, if we prefer that when people are searching for the same link, and if they are searching from Facebook, we require to show only the title for the Facebook audience, and that title is to be something like the Apple rolls out car, etc., etc. That can be done with the help of OG tag. Okay, so how shall we do this? So these tags has to be implemented in the header file. Okay, so here we have the meta property, OG, title, and the content is equal to what you need to know about Open Graph meta tags for total Facebook and Twitter mastery. So this is the title that they had used. And similarly, there will be a separate title when people are looking for when they are searching from the search engine. But usually it is it is fine for us if both the title are same. If it is not, we can give a custom title here. So when people are searching for the when people had entered this URL in Facebook, it will take only the title which we had mentioned here. Okay, and then what we have is the OG description. So this one, it is something like specifically for the people when they are searching for the when they are searching for something. I'm sorry, the description which will show only in the Facebook link that people when we deploy this link in the Facebook, only this particular description will be shown along with the image that we had given. And then what do we have here? I'm looking for the image. Yes, so we have the image option here. So in this OG image, we have https etc dot png, and by this way, only this particular image will be shown when people are when people enter the link in this uh, when people had entered in the Facebook with the link, what we had searched for, online, and the same link has been provided in the OG URL as well. So when people are searching for this, I'm sorry, not for searching. When people had implemented this particular URL in the Facebook post, immediately this particular image from the head underscore HTML dot PNG file will be loaded, and then the title which we had mentioned here will be shown, and the description which we had coded here will be shown. So this is the objective of Open Graph, OG tag. Okay, all right. So this is for the purpose of implementing in the Facebook. And similarly, how we had implemented the OG tag for the Facebook, we will be using the Twitter tag for the Twitter. So which will have the same thing: title, description, and image, and it uses the code Twitter instead of this OG. That's all. So here we have the meta name is equal to Twitter card and content equal to summary. Okay. So the same thing will be there. Okay. I think in this page they might not had the Twitter card. Okay. We definitely have here. So after this OG tag, here starts the Twitter card, and the content is equal to summary. Okay, I'm sorry. I think this Twitter card has not been implemented in this page, but this is how we mentioned here for this particular Twitter. So what we have to do is we have to use the example here in the header file, that meta name is equal to Twitter card and content is equal to summary. Okay, so this is going to be the title. This is going to be the title of when people implemented this link in the Twitter. Okay, so we can specifically use a separate title for Twitter, and similarly we can use the meta description with the help of meta name is equal to Twitter title and content is equal to the data. So by this way, okay, I'm sorry. Actually, the title, Twitter title has to be mentioned in this way: Twitter title content is equal to the data. Okay. For the Twitter description, we have to mention it in the way meta name is equal to Twitter description and content is equal to the data. Okay. So this way, we can show a separate title and a description when people are searching. I'm sorry, when people had implemented this particular link in Twitter, so that the image will be unique for the Twitter audience. So this is what the purpose of Open Graph optimization and Open Graph OG tag for Facebook and Twitter cards for Twitter. All right. Hope you understood. So if you have any questions, then you can ask me now. Okay. We will do one thing. We will have still we have few more time left. So in this time, let us explore about Basics of schema markup language. So, what is the meaning of schema markup, and what is the purpose of it? So, schema markup language, it is a advanced or something like the most uh, the recent term optimizations that we do for the SEO work on the pages. Let me to give you an example. Tips for health. So when I had given the search, so I'm getting a data called www.healthline.com and the nutrition and the 27 health and nutrition tips, right? So this by default is the URL. This is by default is a URL, but using the schema markup language, we can mention this URL in something in a different way. Instead of this nutrition, we can mention as health, and in this 27 health nutrition, we can mention as health and nutrition. So that is what we called as the breadcrumb. And using this breadcrumb option, we can mention a separate display link and a separate link when people clicks that particular link. And this has been implemented in few of the website and has not been implemented in few of the website. So right now, I think this website has well implemented the same living health. Okay, so here we have the difference. So here, this webmd.com has been, using the feature called, what to say, using the feature called breadcrumb. They had mentioned as health and balance, and they had used the spaces in the link itself. It is not link actually; it is a breadcrumb, and that has been picked and has been shown here. So if it is, a URL or which is having some which has been usually when it has been linked you provided in the URL, it will be mentioned as hyphen. It will be mentioned with hyphen, and sometimes it may take away the hyphens and show in the link something like here how it has been used here, or they might be using the yes. So definitely I think this who dot int newsroom feature stories, they had used the breadcrumb option. Okay, so that is why feature, and we have a space in between while the particular link has been previewed in the Google search. And if it does not use a breadcrumb, the schema markup language opportunities, then this space will not be available for us. So instead we can able to have only the hyphen. Okay, something similarly which it looks like this. Okay, so it's not only hyphen. The purpose of hyphen, the main purpose is to show the audience where this particular particular page belongs to, which category this particular page belongs to. And when the people click this link, the link will land them to a page which has been created specifically for the page of blogs, or specifically for the page where it has to land. Okay, so that in this way we have multiple two opportunities for optimization. So one is we can show a neat and clean URL or neat and clean hierarchy. So we can mention here, so this particular page is located in the feature stories of health and balance from the website webmd.com. Okay, so but when people had clicked this particular link, it will take them to webmd.com balance features health tips heart mind body, because they might not able to exactly create the same link for all the pages. So they might have some internal structures. So here we can able to notice webmd.com balance features health tips heart mind body, right? So this is the page location where this particular page has been created, but this is the breadcrumb that people that this particular website has been used health and balance and feature stories. Okay, so this breadcrumb is a opportunity. This breadcrumb has been implemented in the schema markup language, and that is why this breadcrumb has been shown in the search engine result. So here we have the span item prop is equal to name and health and balance. Okay, so this item prop is a function of the schema markup language. Okay, so similarly, what we have item prop is a schema markup language data, and item scope, item type is a schema markup language data. Okay, so these are the codes when we implement in this in the particular uh, in the particular link, it will be taken as the associated name where we can able to show a different link for the search engine results page, and when they clicked they might be landing into a different space. Okay, and hope you might seen some of the data where the direct address of a website has been shown when the people are searching for. And let me to search for reviews on flight booking engine. So here I have some reviews. So this is what I'm looking for. Okay. So Captura.com, it has a review rating of 4.3 and 3 reviews. Okay. And this 3 reviews and 4.3 are not the data which has been taken from this website. This has been hard coded. And this can be hard coded and this can be taken from the website, but practically we can make it hard coded. Okay, so if we make a hard coded review option, then we can able to show the same review here in the search engine page. We can make this 3 to 30, 300, or any data at this current point. Okay, but usually it should not be higher, but we have the option to show the rating in this particular search result, and this is a feature of schema markup language. Okay, all right, so let us explore what is a schema markup language that has been used. We will do one thing. We will search for the schema markup language list, and from there we can able to identify this review tag. Okay, so let me to read this for you. It will be helpful for you. Schema.org, often called schema, is a semantic vocabulary of tags or microdata that you can add to your HTML to improve the way search engines read and represent your page in SERPs. So SERPs means search engine results page. All right, okay. So this is a code sample about how the schema markup language will be there. Here they had used the tag item scope item type is equal to, and they had user HTML file which says schema.org/book, and they had used the span item prop is equal to name, and they had mentioned it as inbound marketing and SEO insights for the Moz blog. Okay, and here they had mentioned it as item prop author, and author it says Rand Fishkin. So this will be used, and when when people are searching for this particular book, the this book details will be shown with the shown with the author name and shown with the title which we had used here, and it will provide the link which has been used here, schema.org/book. Okay. Let us see the list of schema markup language tags now. So we can do that with the help of schema markup online generator. Okay, so right now I have the options to choose which schema markup language that I want to create here. So right now I'm going to create for the local business. Okay, and for this local business, I have the options. For what are the types that I can able to add here. It will be going so complex. We will go for some other option. There will be option called schema markup checker, so that will be helpful for us much easily. Okay, so here I'm going to give the URL. So okay, so right now let me to give the same URL that you have right now, Indian Gulf Shop.com. Okay, I can't able to see the contact us page here. Okay, not a problem. So what do we have here? So it had detected uh, the organization, and it has been mentioned the organization, the URL as indiangulfshop.com, and it had identified the logo. And similarly, what are the other things that it had identified? So here we have the OG tag, title, URL, image, and all the tags has been implemented. Twitter cards has been implemented already. Not a problem. And what do we have here? The website. It has been mentioned the website, and it has mentioned the name, and it had mentioned the description as well. Okay. So and it had given the most of the tags whichever is required for website for the structured URL, structured data. Those were available here. Okay. So not a problem. So that's what this is how we can able to detect for a page, detect for a website. Anyway, if this is fine. If this can be helpful, we can use the same. Okay, so this means Amazon had not implemented any schema markup language opportunities for else I can go for some contact us. we have contact us. Okay, that's great. So I think I had used the contact us from webvidyasolutions.com, and what are the things that I had received here? I have the options. I have the complete local business data has been used using this schema markup language. So they had used a telephone tag for the telephone number and price range for the price, and the name of the website and image URL and URL of the website. So they had given everything, all the data which has been required, geolocation coding for the website. So all the schema markup language data has been implemented. Okay. So when Google have some searches or something like when it has some uh, when it has when there is some question or something relevant related answer has been found using this webindia dot solutions. So this is how the results will be there. Okay, so something like this. So it will pick up the data and it will show it like this. So the image, title, the reviews and etc etc. So these are the data which will be taken with the help of schema markup language. Okay, so similarly they had used for the other things like the organization, local business and etc. Okay. All right. So we had found some of the important data about schema markup language for today, and we will continue the rest on the next day on something like how to create a schema markup language dynamically online with the help of some tools, and from which we can implement those tags in the we can implement those tags, a new version of those tags into the web page that we had already created, and we can able to implement the schema markup language at much easier and quicker solution. All right then, fine for today. So if there's any questions, you can ask me now, Samir. Else we can wind up.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay then. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great day.